You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prum Prum, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prum Prum, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
This is Starr Radio UK.
The best radio show. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK. Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is Starr Radio. This is UK. Starr Radio UK. This is Starr Radio UK.
Welcome.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio. Starr Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
All right, let me say massive good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth, and those of you on other planets as well. I want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the Thursday edition of the morning show, and I remain yours sincerely, the one and only.
This is the morning show with Archie.
So from now till exactly 12 or thereafter, thereabout, when we bring the program to a close, I'm going to be your captain. I'm going to bring you everything from archaeology to zoology, from Accra to Zanzibar. If it's making the headlines, as we say on this platform, I promise to bring it to the fore. So wherever you are, don't tag the dial. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let me say good morning to my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy, to Eben all the way in Cape Town, South Africa, Niana Najo, Otakufi, all of us Sherman. Yes, Niana Najo is the chief of a Sherman. I salute you. Delta Harmony in Kumasi, good morning. Apostle Henry Bruce all the way in Ghana, Kumasi, to be specific this morning. A massive good morning to you there, to the family, the Bruce family there as well, in there to commemorate the first anniversary of our dad there. Massive good morning to you. A special good morning to all of you who watch us live on the Koiki Media platform, Yoruba Nation platform, and United States of Biafra platforms. I salute each and every one of you. Mr. Laimi Koiki, good morning to you. And special good morning also goes all the way to no other one but the one and only, the one and only Mr. Frank Davis, KB Bossman, Vicky Newton, and all you wonderful people presenters on Star Radio UK. Massive good morning to you. To Bishop Adeshina, good morning. Reverend Emmanuel Sechidi, massive good morning to you. Mami Kwabia, good morning to you all there. All right then, Star Radio UK, let's crack on. Let's look at what's happening there. Yes, for you there. And let's move on to, yes, the weather front. The quote for the day says, have you ever had an inspiring idea but then went back to your daily routine and lost sight of it? The next time inspiration knocks, invite it in and write it down. As the good book says, write the vision clearly, that anyone who comes or follows after you will see and run with the vision. All right, when it comes to the weather front, well, it seems like today we're going to be having a bit of a dry day there. Yes, a bit. Yeah, okay. So, for London and southern part of England, this is how the weather is going to be for you. We're going to be, this afternoon, areas of cloud will become increasingly thick and widespread, but it will stay dry throughout a mild day. Tonight will be mostly cloudy with a slight chance of some light rain or drizzle locally. A few clear breaks will also develop in between the cloud in spots. A mild night and southerly breeze. Temperature is going to be 12 degrees, the lowest 9 degrees, UV level low, pollution low. Sunset 15:51 and sunrise for tomorrow morning 07:56 hours. That brings us to the end of the weather forecast. Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And let's move on. Okay, now for those of you using that on the travel this morning, as we say, keep your eyes on the roads, as keep it navigated, I promise our bond. Yeah, what have I got for you? On the underground this morning, the Central Line is experiencing minor delays. Milled May and Northern Rail, that Milled May between Richmond and Wilson Junction is past suspended, and Northern Line has got severe delays between High Barnet and Camden Town and Mill Hill East and Camden Town. So please check it out before you embark on your journey there. Moving on to the major roads in London. On the major roads, there are no exceptional delays. The River Bus is running a good service there, bringing us to the London Cable Car, where a good service is also being offered there. That aside, everything seems to be moving good. To the final segment of the travel update, that's the National Rail. What have I got for you there? Cross Country, Gatwick Express, Great Western Railway, Southern, and Transport for Wales are all offering special services. That aside, all the others are running a good service. That's why I would say it once again as I normally would. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the roads. We take a commercial break, we come back, and I bring you no other one. I take you global trotting. Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy. JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233244941 or 00233200606 386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Star Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say order, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program. This is Star Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London on the Thursday edition of the morning show, bringing the time now at 11:26. Let me say good morning to our money man, Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services. Yeah, he'll be joining us tomorrow, God willing. So wherever you are, make sure your dials are logged on Star Radio UK, where it brings you that. So now let's move on to global trotting. Flu cases jump sharply in England as NHS faces worst case scenario. NHS England says there are now enough flu patients to fill more than 3 whole hospitals. What is the way forward? We'll tell you more about that. England's busiest A&E hit by flu wave. Hundreds of patients are arriving a day. In other stories making the rounds as well, in the UK, new Archbishop of Canterbury faces complaints about abuse case handling. The church says she was not told of a complaint about how she handled allegations against a priest. Now, in other stories making the rounds there as well, exiled Hong Kong activists targeted of sexually explicit harassment campaign, and then last minute offer may avert strike by resident doctors. Let's see. A poll that was done this morning on ITV showed that 85% of viewers didn't support the doctors. They were calling for them to step down or stop the strike. Strike. So let's see what happens there. Okay, now let's move on to some other stories making the rounds in the world. Venezuelan Nobel winner emerges to collect prize in Oslo after months in hiding. Maria Corina Machado spoke to some news network after a secret journey from her home country. Well. So will she be able to go back? Because they say if she comes to collect that, she will be exiled. Now, let's see. Now, U.S. seizes oil tanker of Venezuela as Caracas condemns act of piracy. Well, depending on who is perpetrating the act, is that criminal? When the war of the Palestinian, the Israel-Gaza war was going on, and there were some ships that were being attacked or hijacked in the Eden Bay, around what do you call that place? Yes, in it. That's I've forgotten the stretch. But as it was going on, we had a situation where they were saying that, well, it was an illegal attempt to stop boats or ships that were moving from this. But the U.S. have done same to Venezuela. Is that okay? We'll be looking at that. Indigenous death in custody in Australia hit highest level since 1980. That of Aborigines, and more than 30 dead after Myanmar military airstrike hits a hospital. Goa nightclub owners held in Thailand over deadly fire, and Trump launches 1 million gold card immigration visas. Severe disruption hits Portugal in first general strike for 12 years. This is a lot more happening in other parts of the world. We're going to be bringing you all that. Ghana deports Israelis in retaliation for alleged mistreatment of Ghanaians. Wow. Ghana says its citizens were subjected to humiliating treatment in Israel, which has not commented. And therefore, in reaction to that, they've also deported some Israelis. We'll be telling you more about that. Rebels reportedly enter key DR Congo city despite Trump peace deal. And Benin coup plot leader hiding in Togo, officials have said. An ex-president's daughter sworn in as South African MP after half-sister quits. Okay. Now, U.S. sanctions network, it says, recruits Colombian fighters for Sudan civil war. Colombian fighters for Sudan civil war. Wow. At least 22 people have been killed in a building collapse in Morocco, which we brought your way yesterday as well. Still going on to look at some of the other stories making the rounds. Interpol says it's 330,000 live animals in global wildlife crime crackdown. A month-long global crackdown on illegal wildlife trafficking has led to the seizure of nearly 30,000 live animals, and identification is going on. And then Safe Basket, Papiri, school children return home as others remain captive. And those are some of the stories making the rounds this morning. This is Star Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Still going on. Don't you worry, I'll bring you some more stories from other parts. Attorney General's witness confirms cash movement in Ghana must go back as lawful routine practice. Well, it's a cash society, so there's a moving cash up and down. It's one of those things. Hassan Oyariga details how to become successful in life. Okay, a coup d'etat is not a solution, and neither is majoritarian democracy, but servanthood. You want to know more? You got to stay tuned. We're going to be telling you more about all that as the program goes on. This is Star Radio UK. Now, some are calling for abolition of the OSP, but CDD's Ghana, one of the advocates there, Kojo Asante, has warned that abolishing the OSP will be the greatest betrayer of trust for Ghanaians. But what do you think about all that? OSP trial of Ken Oforiatta, 7 others begins today. Let's see. Maybe if he does so, that will bring a bit of hope and a glimmer of hope for people to know that they are not just there occupying the space. Now, dangerous metals have been found in food products, high levels in cereal. We're going to be talking about that, and I've been talking about this because I'm looking at the galamsey, and I said it's going to get to a point where the exports to other countries, especially the EU and all these advanced countries, they're going to cease doing so because they're going to tell you they do their tests and they think that it's got metals or chemicals or stuff in it that is not wholesome for human beings and stuff like that. But we'll be telling you more about all that as the program goes on. This is Star Radio UK. Massive agri budget welcome, but post-harvest losses remain a threat. Agri Impact CEO has warned. Bandari ran. Clerk acted within law. Legal expert slams minority. Okay, so we'll be following that very, very closely to tell you exactly what is at stake. Judicial review doesn't stop clerk from declaring a seat vacant. Legal expert responds to minority. Well, I was talking to my producer in the background. We were looking at what happens, and I was of the view that, you know, all these people and all these legal wranglings that goes on, yeah, they are the same people who come and say, yeah, I'm a lawyer. So they are all lawyers, right? They skew the law to favor them. But well. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Star Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In Nigeria, Mrs. Tinubu crassness, Miss Adeleke indiscipline, alleged fraud charges. Federal government arraigns former aviation minister Stella Udua to court. A Dangote refinery raises in-country petrol supply by 5.5 million liters daily amid 11.48 deficit. Tinubu launches new security economic blueprint to harness Nigeria's marine wealth. This and a lot more going to be coming your way. This is Star Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's take a quick break. We come back and we continue with the show. Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Orta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time down to 11:37. In the next 8 minutes, the line will be activated for you to add your voice to the discussion. But now let's move on straight to the stories making the rounds. Wow. Now, an average of 2,660 patients per day were in hospital with flu in England last week. The highest ever for the first time of year and up 55% on the week before. This unprecedented wave of super flu is leaving the NHS facing the worst case scenario for the first time of year. NHS National Medical Director Professor Magana has said. Now, with no peak in sight, NHS England says there are now enough flu patients to fill more than 3 whole hospital trusts. Meanwhile, flu cases are also rising in Scotland, but at a slower rate. And experts have been predicting this season could be a particularly nasty one for flu because of a new mutated version of the virus. Now, the NHS England is dealing with 55% jump in flu patients needing hospital treatment. This comes as the winter pressure starts to build. Last week, 32% patients arriving in ambulance had to wait at least half an hour to be handed over to hospitals teams, up from 30% in the previous week. When they get to A&E, 74.2% of patients were seen within target time of 4 hours in November, according to a new figures this morning. That's up very slightly from 74.1% in October. And the number of the sickest patients stuck in A&E departments for more than 12 hours before they can be admitted to a hospital ward, so-called corridor care, stood as 50,648 in November, down from 54,000 in October. New data also shows that the waiting list for pre-booked treatments such as non-emergency surgery had risen slightly to 7.4 million by the end of October, up from 7.4 minutes to 7.39 minutes in September. All right then. So that is it for the flu here in the UK. But some are advocating and advising that if need be, please put on a mask. If you know you are not feeling great, don't go where people have gathered and so. Yeah, we get into the place where the COVID bed. Do you remember that? About 6 years ago. The Church of England is considering a complaint against the incoming Archbishop of Canterbury over a handling of an abuse allegation. Dame Sarah Mullally has been accused of improperly handling a complaint against a priest in London, where she currently serves as a bishop. Now, church authorities said the complaints about her was initially made to Lambeth Palace, the home of the Archbishop of Canterbury, in 2020, but was not followed up due to administrative errors and incorrect assumptions about the individual's wishes. They said Dame Sarah was not told of the complaint at the time it was made. She is due to take office on the 28th of January and said the victim had been let down. While this abuse allegation against a member of the clergy were fully dealt with by the Diocese of London, it is clear that a different complaint he subsequently made against me personally in 2020 was not properly dealt with, she said in a statement. I am seeking assurance that the process has been strengthened to ensure any complaint that comes into Lambeth Palace is responded to in a timely and satisfactory manner. Earlier this week, the complaint spoke to the Premier Christian website, saying that the way the case was handled had a serious impact on his mental health. Now, Premier said that it had seen evidence that when the complainant filed his original case against an accused priest, Bishop Sarah contacted the priest involved about allegation breaching the church disciplinary protocols. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. I'm going to activate the line in the next 3 minutes. But let me say good morning to Atakofi. Atakofi, hope you are doing very, very well, preparing for Christmas. Regards to Nianana Joy and all inhabitants of a shaman. Massive good morning to you there. I promise you, as when I land in Ghana, I'll come and see you. Definitely paying a courtesy visit to you. Alright then, Starr Radio UK. Let's move on to some other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world because of our time. Now, when it comes to the Nobel Peace Prize Award, well. After the awards, when was that announced? Now, Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado has been. Just hold on for a moment. Let's take a quick break. I'll be with you. Just take a quick break. I'll be with you. Stay tuned, please. Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233244941 002 or 00233200606 and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
You are listening to Starr Radio Morning Show.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK. This is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let me activate the line and then we move on. Yes, if you want to join us, just call us via Teams, and it is Starr Radio UK. Go to Teams, look for Starr Radio UK, dial in, and busha, you'll be there with us. We can hear your voice. But maybe you don't want to be vociferous, so you can use your fingers to do it. And how do you do it? Just send a message to us and we will read it. Like Atakofi has said, greetings to all viewers and listeners, my boss as well. Good morning to you, Atakofi. It's a pleasure having you on once again. Okay, now let's move on to some of the other stories making the rounds. As I was saying, Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado has been in hiding for months. That's information. That's what she said. She said to the BBC exactly the risks she's taking by traveling to Norway to collect her Nobel Peace Prize. Machado appeared in Oslo in the middle of the night, waving from the balcony of a hotel. It was the first time she had been seen in public since January. The 58-year-old made the covert journey despite a travel ban and a threat from Venezuela's government that she would be labeled as a fugitive. In an emotional moment, Machado waved to cheering supporters who had gathered outside the Norwegian capital. Grand Hotel, blowing them kisses and singing with them. To their delight, she then came outside and greeted them in person, climbing over the security barricade to get closer. Maria, Maria, they shouted, holding their phones aloft to record the historic moment. The Nobel Institute awarded Machado the prize this year for her struggle to achieve a just and peaceful transition from dictatorship to democracy in Venezuela. Earlier on Wednesday, her daughter, Ana Corina Zosa, accepted the Nobel Prize on her mother's behalf. Until Wednesday night, the mother of three have not seen her children in about 2 years, having sent them away from Venezuela for their own safety. In an interview, Lucy Hawkins, after her balcony appearance, Machado said she had missed the graduation and the weddings of her daughter and one of her sons for over 16 months. I haven't been able to hug or touch anyone, she said. Suddenly, in the matter of a few hours, I've been able to see the people I love the most and touch them and cry and pray together. During the interview, Machado had many rosary beads hanging around her neck, which she said supporters had given to her outside the hotel. There has been much speculation about whether she will be able to return safely, a safe return to Venezuela. Of course, I'm going back, she said. I know exactly the risk I'm taking. I'm going to be in the place where I'm most useful for our cause, she continued. Until a short time ago, the place I thought I had to be was Venezuela. The place I believe I have to be today on behalf of our cause is Oslo. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Okay. Atakovi send the songs in. Yeah, Atakovi is launching a new is it an album? Let me put it that way. So I'll be very, very grateful. My new song launching is coming on the 21st of December. It's going to be powerful. Okay, send us the title and then we'll begin to promote it here. But look out for it. The 21st of December. Yes, Sunday the 21st of December, of course. The latest songs from Atakovi going to launch. All right then. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. Now let's move on to other stories making the rounds this morning as well. So, in line with what is happening in Venezuela as well, U.S. forces have seized an oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela, President Donald Trump said, marking a sharp escalation in Washington's pressure against Nicolas Maduro's government. In the quote, they said, we have just seized a tanker on the coast of Venezuela, a large tanker, very large, the largest one ever seized, actually, Trump told reporters at the White House. Releasing a video of the seizure, Attorney General Pam Bondi described the vessel as a crude oil tanker and used to transport sanctioned oil from Venezuela and Iran. Caracas swiftly denounced the action, calling it an act of international piracy. Earlier, President Maduro declared that Venezuela will never become an oil colony. The Trump administration accuses Venezuela of funneling narcotics into U.S. and has intensified its effort to isolate President Maduro in recent months. Now, Venezuela, home to some of the world's largest proven oil reserves, has in turn accused Washington of seeking to steal its resources. Now, Brent crude prices inched higher on Wednesday as news of the seizure stoked short-term supply concerns. Analysts warned that the move could threaten shippers and further disrupt Venezuela's oil exports. Now, they have one of the largest oil reserves, but the U.S. is not giving them, they place sanctions on them when there was a takeover from democratically elected Gavin Chavez, right? And then now we have Maduro who is taking over from there, and it goes on because they are alleging that, well, what is happening is that they are bringing in illicit drugs to the U.S. What do you think about that? Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Canada's ambassador to the US to step down ahead of key trade talks. Okay, why is she stepping down? All right then. Now, President Donald Trump has launched a scheme offering fast-track U.S. visas to wealthy foreigners who can pay at least £1 million. The card will give buyers a direct path to citizenship for all qualified and vetted people. So exciting! Our great American companies can finally keep their invaluable talent, Trump said on social media on Wednesday. The Trump Gold Card, which was first announced earlier this year, is a U.S. visa awarded to those who can demonstrate they will provide a substantial benefit to the country. According to the scheme official website, it comes as Washington intensifies its immigration crackdown, including raising work visa fees and deporting undocumented migrants. The Gold Card scheme promises U.S. residency in record time and require a $1 million fee, which is evidence that the individual will substantially benefit the United States, the program website has said. Let me say good morning to Great Brian. It's been a while. Hope you are doing very, very well. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. Well. Yesterday, I didn't know that was happening, and I was my wife and we were having a discussion, and I did say that in the night she gave me some dollars. Okay, we had some dollars after traveling up and down, so we had some US dollars, and then I looked at it and I said, I'll ask myself the question, why is Trump not having maybe his head on one of the dollar notes? And I was pondering over it. Maybe $1,000 dollar note, then he has his head on it. That would be great, right? Okay, now he has a gold card, immigration card. So if you can afford to pay $1 million, straight on, you straight on go in, you get your citizenship, there. Okay. Well, he wants to make sure that he brings in people who can afford. All right, then, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. Let's move on because of our time at 7 minutes to the top of the hour. On the African front, now Ghana has deported 3 Israeli nationals who arrived in the country on Wednesday in what appears to be a tit-for-tat move over the alleged mistreatment of Ghanaian nationals at Ben Gurion International Airport in Israel. 7 Ghanaians, including 4 members of an official delegation attending a cybersecurity conference in Tel Aviv, were allegedly detained without explanation. They were released after 5 hours, while the 3 others were deported, according to Ghana, which condemned their humiliating treatment. The Ghanaian Foreign Ministry says a senior diplomat from the Israeli embassy in Accra was summoned over the incident, and both countries have agreed to resolve their row amicably. Now, Ghana's foreign ministry noted that the 2 countries have enjoyed decades of friendly relationship, making Israel's alleged action inconsistent with their historic ties. The government of Ghana considers the action of the Israeli authorities as unfairly targeting Ghanaian travelers and conveys its strong reservations against the humiliating treatment of our citizens, it said. It added that Ghana expects our citizens to be treated with dignity and respect in much the same way as other governments expect Ghana to treat their nationals. Well, that's a good one there. They stood up for their citizens. Okay, that's a good one. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK at 6 minutes to the top of the hour. And this is the Thursday edition of the morning show. Well, a senior government official in Benin has said that the leader of the Sunday's failed coup is taking refuge in neighboring Togo. Speaking on condition of anonymity, the official said the government will request Lieutenant Colonel Pascal Tigre's extradition. Now, Togo's government has not yet commented. The failed coup came after a series of military takeovers in West Africa, raising concern that the democracy is increasingly under threat in the region. It was thwarted after regional power Nigeria sent fighter jets to dislodge the mutineers from a military base and other offices of state TV official following a request from President Patrice Talon's government. A group of soldiers appeared on state TV early on Sunday to announce they had seized power, and gunfire was heard near the presidential residence. The Beninese government official said the authorities knew that Lieutenant Colonel Pascal Tigre was in Togo's capital Lomé, in the same area where President Faure Gnassingbé lives. We don't know how to explain this, but we will make an official extradition request and see how the Togolese authorities will react to that. Okay? There is no independent confirmation of the claim, though. Togo is part of the West African Regional Bloc, ECOWAS, which condemned the coup attempt. So now, what is going to happen there? We're going to be monitoring very closely and tell you exactly what is going to happen on that front. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. 4 minutes to the top of the hour at a time. Yes, and Starr Radio UK, the station. A daughter of South Africa's former president Jacob Zuma has been sworn into parliament less than a fortnight after her half-sister was forced to step down. Brumelda Zuma became one of South Africa's newest MPs on Wednesday, representing Nkontowesizwe, the opposition party led by her father. Her half-sister Duduzile Zuma Zambodla resigned from parliament following allegation that she had tricked 17 men into fighting for Russia as mercenaries. Okay. Now, Brumelda Zuma's appointment suggests that the former president intends to ensure his family is represented in parliament. She was sworn in alongside 3 other MK members who the party said bring a wealth of experience and dedication to parliament. She said she will focus mostly on ensuring that South Africa had good public services because that is what I studied. MK said Brumelda Zuma had a degree in public administration. So let's see if she can bring that on the table, and let's see how that all pans out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's now move on to some other stories making the rounds this morning across other parts of the world. Okay, I think we'll go straight to let's bring you something from Uganda as well. Now, Uganda and the United States have signed a $2.3 billion bilateral health cooperation agreement the two countries announced on Wednesday. The plan is part of the Trump administration's America First Global Health Strategy, which calls for poorer nations to eventually transition from aid to self-reliance in the fight against infectious diseases. Now, under the Memorandum of Understanding, Uganda will receive up to $1.7 billion of U.S. funding for its health sector over the next 5 years. Now, U.S. funds will support priority health programs in Uganda, HIV and AIDS, tuberculosis and malaria, among other health issues. The U.S. will invest in human resources and disease surveillance. Meanwhile, Uganda's government will increase its own health expenditure by more than $500 million over the same period to gradually assume greater financial responsibility over the course of the framework, according to a joint statement between the two nations. The framework aims to help Uganda develop a resilient health system that prevents the spread of emerging and existing infectious disease globally. Uganda is the latest African country to agree on a pact with the Trump administration since it cut its foreign aid budget and shut down U.S. aid. So what is the U.S. going to benefit from this deal? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. All right then, Let's go to Nigeria. Just bear with me. I can hear an alarm going off. Just wanted to be sure where it's coming from. The video of Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu chastening the Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke during her coronation ceremony in Ile-Ife reminded me of what I think was my first encounter with her about 14 to 15 years ago at their party secretariat. Then it was still Alliance for Democracy in Lagos. I was a reporter and we were to cover an event. She arrived at the place and a bunch of journalists, including yours truly, got up to interview her. The person closer to her started asking her question. Out of nowhere, she interrupted the female journalist. Call me mommy before you can address me. You must call me mommy. That one was momentarily taken aback. And while she struggled to recompose her thoughts and perhaps rephrase her question, Mrs. Tinubu huffed and walked away with an air of impatience. I remember staring at her as she left with a small crowd of hangers on trailing her and feeling relieved that it was not the one she yelled at that day. I would perhaps have retorted that she was not my mother and that obscureness disguised as courtesy she was expecting was unwarranted in the former environment in which we were both operating. But why should they address you as mommy? You're not their mom. You know, at times I do say this, that when power gets into the heads of people, it makes them behave in a particular way. The person will call you what they want to call you. If officially you have been addressed as Her Excellency, they'll say, okay, Her Excellency or Your Excellency. But if not, Madam, or whatever they might have addressed her, you say, call me mommy. Somebody will ask, did you born me? That is a colloquial English there. Did you give birth to me? Well. Or are you my mom? Well, maybe she's got a place where she can use that, not in this part of the world. Now, Nigeria records high PMS reserve vulnerability with only 17 days of sufficiency. Now, fuel consumption falls by 3.8 million liters per day. Emmanuel Ade in Abuja said the Dangote refinery raised in-country petrol supply by about 5.5 million liters per day in November, up from 18.03 million liters in October to 23.52 million in November, despite a pledge of 35 million liters per day average. Fresh data from the Nigeria midstream and downstream petroleum regulatory authority has showed, besides the MDPRA November fact sheet indicated that Nigeria recorded an average daily consumption of petrol of 52.9 million liters per day during the period under review, about 5.8% above the 2025 daily demand benchmark of 50 million liters. This came as the 650,000 barrels per day refinery recently announced plans to supply 1.5 million of petrol monthly to the Nigerian market in December 2025 and January 2026, a move it said it aimed at ensuring uninterrupted nationwide fuel availability through the festive season and into the new year. President and Chief Executive of Dangote Industries Limited, Aliko Dangote, noted that the refinery will make available 50 million liters of premium motor spirit daily beginning December 1. In the same vein, 71.5 million liters daily supply of petrol was recorded in November, with domestic fuel sufficiency at 16.5 days in November, up from 11.1 days in October. An analysis of the data showed, underscoring the country's supply vulnerability. If any reason import dries up and Dangote refinery encounters any challenge, what then happens? So should they allow more importers until the time that we know that Dangote will be able to provide what he and his team are promising? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In another story, Kenyan court halts rollout of $1.6 billion held deal with the United States. We know that they've had one with Uganda, but Kenyan have halted theirs. Why? Like the question that I was asking it, what are they getting in return for that? Starr Radio UK. At 6 minutes past the top of the hour, we go on like I promise and I deliver. Now let me bring you some stories. Then I'll come to the main one of the. That's a trivial one, let me put it that way, that they are calling security threat though. The Attorney General's own prosecution witness, Enid Ruby Opokua Edumwa, head of finance at the National Signals Bureau, has undercut key pillars of the state's case in ongoing Kwamenedu Boahen's trial after confirming in open court that large volumes of operational cash often transported in Ghana must go bags were lawfully moved, duly authorized, and consistent with long-standing national security procedures. Testifying under examination by lead defense counsel Samuel Atecha at the High Court, General Jurisdiction 10 on Wednesday, December 10, Madam Adumwa affirmed that the cash movement and check preparation attributed to the first accused, Kwamenedu Boahen, fell squarely within the operational architecture of the then Bureau of National Communications and now NSB, contradicting the Attorney General's public claim of diversion and theft. A witness confirms preparing checks and moving cash for operation. Atecha confronted the witness with portions of her testimony. On the 7th of October, he testified about your preparing 3 checks for signature. Do you want to recant your testimony or affirm it? He said. Adam Edumwa did not retreat. I confirm, my lord. The defense counsel continued. Do you also confirm that you made these checks into the operational accounts of national security? The witness replied, my lord, I paid into BNC operations. Now, when asked where, she answered plainly, Universal Merchant Bank. Witness Dubois sent me to collect cash from UMB in a key admission that undermined the prosecution's claim of unauthorized cash handling. She told the court, my lord, I remember that Kwabena Dubois used to send me to Universal Merchant Bank to collect cash. She affirmed that she indeed fetched monies from the Universal Merchant Bank. Yes, my lord. Okay, so it's a cash, more of a cash society, but can organizations carry such amount of cash on them? That's the question. That's the question. All right then. Starr Radio UK. One other story, and then we come to this doomsday, this Noah, Ghana Noah man. Okay, yes. That pertains to the abolition. Some calling for the abolition of the Office of Special Prosecutor. Director of Programs and Policy Engagement at the Center for Democratic Development Ghana, CDD Ghana, Dr. Kojo Pumpuni Asante, has issued a strong rebuke to majority members of Parliament pushing for the repeal of the Office of the Special Prosecutor Act, describing the move as a profound breach of public confidence. In the Facebook post on Thursday, December 11, Dr. Asante said he was shocked and very angry that Parliament's majority caucus was advancing a proposal that, in his view, runs contrary to the will of Ghanaians. According to Dr. Asante, any attempt by the NDC to majority to pass the repeal bill will be the greatest betrayal of trust, insisting that the action contradicts the party's public commitment to strengthening anti-corruption institutions. He argued that the citizens have never demanded the abolition of the OSP, adding that Ghanaians do not want this. So who are the MPs representing themselves? He questioned whether the government's party numerical strength in parliament was now being used to pursue interests disconnected from public expectation. Dr. Santi further urged Ghanaians to hold MPs accountable by openly expressing their disapproval. He encouraged citizens to register their concerns on the social media pages of their representatives, reminding lawmakers that their mandate derives from the people. Now, Ghanaians must let the MPs know on their socials that they represent us and not themselves, he stressed. But if you're listening to me this morning, do you think that the way forward is to just allow, the OSP to be scrapped and then we move on from there, or what? This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, let's come to the final story and then we leave. And I want to have your take on that. Now, governance and security strategist Dr. Paul Boachi Dankwa has issued a strong caution in the Christian community and the nation at large over claims by one Ebo Noah, who says he has received divine instruction predicting a global flood set to begin on December 25, 2025. Interesting. In a public statement dated December 11, Dr. Boachi Dankwa, who is also a missionary and author, described the prophecy and ongoing construction of up to 10 acts as a matter requiring urgent spiritual, social, and national security attention. Addressing Christians, he urged believers to remain guided by scripture, warning against date-specific apocalyptic predictions. He cited Matthew 24:36, which says that no one knows about the day or hour, and advised the public to test such claims carefully. Now let us not be swayed by sensationalism that could lead to division or despair, but instead embody the hope and love exemplified by Christ. He said, beyond the theological concerns, Dr. Boachi Dankwa warned a potential security ramification if the claims gain traction. According to him, similar doomsday predictions have historically triggered panic, mass movement, hoarding, and psychological distress among followers. Outcomes Ghana cannot afford. He further cautions the extremist element could exploit the situation. If large crowds begin converging around the ark construction site, or if fear spreads unchecked, a scenario involving thousands converging on ark or preparing for an end time event could create soft target for attacks, recruitment, or radicalization. He added, referencing global examples such as in the 1993 Wako siege, Dr. Paul Boachi Dankwa further outlined a series of recommendations to Ghana security agencies, including enhancing surveillance at ark sites, discreet monitoring or related online activities, and early detection of potential extremist filtration. He also urged community engagement with the group, a nationwide public education campaign, and stricter legal and regulatory oversight of the ark building activities. He advised that the Ghana Police Service, National Security Council, and intelligence agencies prepare contingency plans for mass gatherings, unrest, or cyber threats. And collaboration with international bodies such as Interpol, he suggests, that will be vital for broader threat assessment. Now, while affirming respect for religious freedom, he emphasized that prophetic claims carry national implication must be handled with wisdom and vigilance. Our ultimate security lies not in acts of woods, but in the eternal refuge of Savior, our Savior Jesus Christ. He noted, quoting Psalm 46 verse 1, God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in times of trouble. The government and security strategies encourage Ghanaians to prioritize unity, calm, and discernment as conversations around the prophecy continues to circulate, especially online. Well, he's giving a date, the 25th, Christmas Day. So let's see. Let's see. And where are these acts, though? Interesting. Where are these acts? If you are listening to me and you know where the acts are, please, 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 let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. How big are the acts as well, though? What if the rain doesn't come? What if the floods? What if it comes then? Maybe so clearly. It's not like the end of the world has come, though, but the floods. I mean, we've seen floods here and in Europe. I mean, where even here in the UK, we saw floods. Was it last Tuesday? I traveled on our way back. It was raining like no man's business, and other areas were flooded. So maybe that's what he's saying. Now there could be floods, but December floods in Ghana. It's not the raining season though. But let's see what happens there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where I bring the program to a close on a lighter note. So wherever you are, I want to say thank you very much for tuning in to listen to us today. But remember, as I did announce earlier on, Atakofi is launching a new album on the 21st of December. It's a Sunday, an album launch there. And yeah, he want to invite you. I'll try to find out. Maybe I can have an interview with him. Maybe sometime next week before the D-Day itself. So, but until then, I come your way. It's always been a pleasure coming your way. And I say thank you very much for tuning in. This is Starr Radio UK, and I remain yours sincerely, the one and only.
Call the studio now.
Archie. But for now, we take a break, and when that break ends, you don't hear from me, I say to you, I'm out like that. See you all later. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.
Hey, Charlie. You on your way to Ghana? It's out. Tired? Oh, you want resting? Okay, then let's recommend to you. Hey, Charlie. You on your way to Ghana? Are you out? Tired? Go, you want to resting? Okay, then let me recommend to you J&M Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh God, J&M Mobile Spa will provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenating, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting, then contact J&M Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06
Broadcasting live online,
and they will